breaking down Frenship sports. This is the Tigers Fan Zone on 100.7 The Score and the 100.7 The Score mobile app.
Welcome back in. As I mentioned, this is a very special segment of the High School Fan Zone because we have two now former coaches, former Frenship coaches, Paul Page on the far left, Trent Hilliard in the middle. Is it weird to hear be called a former coach?
Yeah.
It is. That's been coach whatever for forever, so a little bit different.
Well, it hadn't set in yet, but it will definitely. This August will definitely be a different deal. But to be called that first time, really, thanks, Randy.
I'm glad I could be there for you. That's a good segue because I think I already asked you that day we talked, and I'll ask you, Trent. Next early November rolls around, and I know we're going to talk about you both have daughters that'll keep you pretty occupied with basketball, but start to think about how's that going to feel to not be game planning and getting ready for a game?
Oh, it'll be tough. You know, you get used to doing that, and your body kind of revs up and gets ready, and you know that's the part. You miss building it. You know, and starting in the fall. You know, I always say check roll the first day, see who you got, and start from there. Putting your teams together and figuring that out, and so yeah, that part of it where you're not having that project that you're building and then get to see how much you can get out of them is going to be a little different. It'll be a lot less stress.
Yes.
Being able to sit in the stands and just watch and enjoy. And I'm sure I'll find myself in different gyms going and watching different teams and being able to go and watch some of the my former players that are playing, still in college, and former coaches that worked with that are coaching other places and doing things. Have that freedom to go watch some of their games and go, support them and do some stuff will be a lot of fun though as well.
I mentioned it. We've got Hannah Page, potentially up and coming young coach. Is that going to be high on the agenda if she does wind up coaching, figuring out where those different road trips are going to be?
Oh yeah, definitely. And I told somebody the other day, like, college basketball, like,
it's different.
I've hadn't really experienced college basketball in a long time.
Yeah.
March Madness we get to experience that, but the Big Monday, all the things that Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Hey, Thanksgiving's going to be great. Christmas break, all those things that you haven't done in 30 years that you get to. And now, as we both have daughters coaching, we get to kind of circle those dates on the calendars and go be a dad again.
Well, you forgot to mention one. You actually get to start your summer without scheduling 9,000 games.
We were just talking about that. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah. We would be busy right now trying to put together summer league and coaches calling and saying, "Hey, we're only going to have 2 teams instead of 3, and you just finished up the schedule, and now you got to adjust, doing all that." And so that part of it, not having to deal with all that and do that is already really nice.
You don't have media guys bugging you for the schedule.
Right. Rosters. It's summer. What is that?
I've already bugged Jason Cooper and CJ Villegas.
It's
a little bit.
It's summer. 22 years of summer league, and so it's like May and June were just stress factors. Those were the things that we're trying to ease up, and it's been nice in May not to have to worry about putting a big summer league together.
So a little bit of a history lesson here. You both got to Frenship the same year. Did you know each other prior to getting there?
No, I knew of Coach Page, being at Seminole, but really didn't know him.
We were in the same district for a minute.
Yeah.
Maybe that last 2 years that we came up to Lubbock, but Cooper and Seminole but didn't really know each other until we started that summer.
When you both get the job, you start getting things going. You guys coached very different styles. Anybody who's watched the 2 programs just approach things a lot differently. Did you immediately start bouncing ideas off each other? Because you've been coaching how long at that point?
24 years.
You've been coaching 18-ish?
Yeah, 18, 19, 18
It's not
years.
like you needed
No,
rookie advice, but whenever you've got a coach who's been coaching for a while, you want to tap into that.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of times that we've walked that long hallway and stand at the doorway of the other person's office and sit there and talk about things.
Program things more than
yeah.
X's and O's, you know.
Yeah,
Because you have your schemes, you have your ways, but more program knowledge and what are you doing here, what are you doing with this. Summer league tournaments.
Yep.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, lots. Yeah, and we complement each other really well. Just, we just kind of took some different duties and split them up and what we would do and game day setups and who got officials and who got workers and who did this and that. And so it was nice to just we had a great working relationship, splitting all that and taking care of everything like that.
Well, and we'll come back after this break. You have to trust one of your children to him for a few years too, so
Right.
there was part of it. We'll come back after this break and talk more to the former.
Bringing you the latest news from Frenship Athletics. This is the Tiger Fan Zone podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back in. This is the high school fan zone. We're in the Tiger fan zone. I won't call them former coaches anymore. Paul Page got on me about that. So they're, what's the word they use? Coaches emeritus, or emeritus. Coaches emeritus. There we go. It sounds like you're still coaching.
Something.
It
Doing
also makes you
something.
sound wise.
Yeah.
So before break, we mentioned Paul's daughter, Hannah Page, played for Trent for 4 years. So you had like a double connection there besides coaching basketball with this guy. And Hannah's, that's a possibility, her going into coaching. She also learned from some volleyball coaches through the years. What has she told you that she learned from playing for Trent?
Right. Well, there's always the how to run a program, things like that, just the day-to-day, and so she's been blessed with Trent and some, like you said, some volleyball coaches, and then college to have the opportunity to be around some great legendary coaches, and Trent's one of those, so definitely going to have that in her pedigree as she moves forward for whatever's next, and so she's been able to be on both sides. I coached her in second grade up through fifth grade.
Had he messed her up too
Yeah.
much?
And I realized girls cry, so I stayed on my side of the locker room there.
I think we're all girl dads up here, right? No testosterone in the house.
No.
I mean, even my dog's a female, so I'm the lone man there. So it's probably why I've gotten along with you two and with Jay Northcutt and some of the other coaches, because I sort of can relate. Having a coach's kid. Now I'm going to guess you've had a few, but
Right.
how unique was that, having a girl on your team who dad's just down the hall?
Well, it was, the thing about Hannah, you could tell she was a coach's kid because she was, her and Zosha Story, who I had a couple of years ago,
Yes.
at that memorial now, the two best leaders I've ever coached. Just had the respect of all the kids because they're the hardest workers and they're great encouragers. They're knowledgeable about the game, and they'll take whatever it is the coach wants to be done, and they'll go do it. And so to have like Hannah be in that role was just phenomenal, And she got, she was one of those that she just understood the game and understood all the situational stuff and looked at it, and probably from when she was young, looked at it more from a coaching perspective than she did a player's perspective.
Watching Hannah play, you could tell whose daughter she was.
Yeah, she was fiery.
She played like Paul coached, and I enjoyed watching that. Did Trent calm her down a little bit?
No, there's no comment.
Okay, there we go.
There's no.
We didn't want to calm it down. You get a girl who's like that and does that, then you let them go and let them play. The unfortunate thing of hers, her senior year, was that COVID year that was shortened. Volleyball
Right.
at the 6A didn't even start until like the end of September and went all the way through December. And so basketball started regular time,
Yeah.
and so it got really squeezed. And then we didn't have any tournaments. We were in a bigger district at that time. We had Abilene High with us, so we actually started before Christmas. And so by the time that she got out there and some of those other volleyball kids, we were getting ready to start district, and so they missed a whole lot that year because of the COVID shortened stuff and all of that. And so, that was tough with the seniors. So we actually moved our senior night that year up to December because the boys were playing at a different site than the girls were because of crowds and all that type of stuff. And so we had Riley Roberts, Chris Roberts' daughter, on that team. She was a senior as well. So we had our senior night in December, the last time that we were actually going to be together in a non-district game, so that they could be there for that part. Because then from then on, they never even got to watch their kids play because we were playing opposite sides for the rest of the year. So
COVID missed a lot of things.
Yeah, COVID did. It but you adapted and moved on, and we did what we could with that. So
Well, you guys did that for 12 years.
12 years.
We did.
Let me make sure I get this right. 500 wins each. Not all at Frenship, but 500 wins total. 5 district championships at Frenship. 7 district championships at Frenship.
We had 10.
10. I was shortchanging you. Deepest playoff run as a 6A program last year for both of you.
Right.
So set that bar high. You mentioned Riley Roberts. You all have that connection as well. How excited are both of you to see what Chris can do taking over a program?
No, it's fun to see. It was, somebody that taking it over and going to do a spectacular job. So it'll be great to see what all he does and puts his own stamp on things out there.
What about you, real quick, Paul?
Oh, well, it's going to be great. To see him move down the hallway and have an opportunity to sit in the big chair is going to be fun to watch.
It's Coach, one of the best